What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the wrestling news. August 24th, 2024. We're going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from the Sportskeeda article. And we're going to start off today with a former women's champion returns to WWE programming. In her last SmackDown match was nearly 3 months ago. And we got some fortunate news from one of the when one of the in the on the roster, the most specifically the SmackDown roster, I because it says right here on the latest episode of SmackDown, I subtly featured the return of a respected WWE veteran after months of speculation following the end of her contract. In that and this particular former women's champion that has been absent from the last couple of months is the Queen of Hearts herself, Natalia. Like she is back on our screens, and WWE aired a video package like about the 2024 Bash in Berlin Premium Live event, like and the company's history in Germany during SmackDown. Like Natalia narrated it like with multiple members of her family being featured. Like the this was Queen of Hearts' first involvement with the company since she last wrestled on the June on the June 24th episode. I mean, the June 4th, what's it 24th? The June 4th episode of Smack of 2024 on SmackDown, like the episode of NXT, of course. Was it SmackDown? I mean, let me phrase that like since the June 4th 2024 episode of NXT, which that is nearly 3 months, like in this upcoming month of September. But anyways, Natalia even shared a special message on X, like saying how much she loves the German WWE fans. And she write, I love looking back like on so many special wrestling moments in Germany and noting, but I mean nothing. Like I'm saying, like in Germany, and nothing but love for our German fans, like in like Aaron Leibe, which I believe that's a German language that she must have learned, like whether she was in Germany or even before she even went to the trip, and she learned it like either genuinely or got prepared or was getting prepared, like like weeks before she made the trip over there in their recent live event, like which was I believe was a year ago, but. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below about this, like of this very fortunate news of the Queen of Hearts has made her return, even though not like making an on-screen appearance, much rather than narrating on this vignette of on their history of touring in Japan, whether if it was on the episode of Monday Night Raw 30 years ago, or uh, or even what's or even or even times when they went there in live events like house shows, even like and 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 I even asked you this before. I was like, we finally seen the return of Natalia, even though it's not like she was in a wrestling role here, and it's been like a past couple of months since the last time we saw her, which was in NXT, and rumors been speculating all over around, assuming that she's going to be leaving the promotion. But luckily, it seemed like for WWE, those are just nothing but rumors, and then they easily shut them down. Like with Natalia announcing that she resigned a new deal, and it looks like she's going to be sticking around with the company for a while. And I was asking you guys this question, which it sounds very impossible for her to just easily it's it's too. I get it seem a little too early and too easy for her to retire now, which I can see. I could see that she's not going to retire just yet. She's going to probably have a few more years, then she'll hang up the boots. And yeah, do you agree on this? And do you think that Natalia is not done yet in the squared circle, or do you think she has did everything she can in the WWE roster, and she just needs to she needs to what's that to do some kind of managing role, a non wrestling backstage role, like what if it's like like being like being part of the creative team or a producer, like her husband, which the reason why he is in that position because he retired due to that neck injury he had. That nearly lasted for a decade. That's been nearly a decade. He sustained it like while he was in a dark match with Samoa Joe, which that's a different video for a different day. But she could have the same role into that. She can even help him out by booking the matches in the women's division. But yeah, something tells me she got like one more run in her for the next 5 to 10 years, and then she'll call it a day. But let's keep our fingers crossed for that being so, and that being said as well. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about while she's reportedly re-signed with WWE in July. It is not known when Natalia will return to the ring. The Queen of Hearts was on both Raw and NXT before going on her hiatus. Like some, so some clarification may be needed on which brand she will be on going forward. Like the Bash in Berlin match card seems to be complete now following Nick Aldis's his huge announcement on SmackDown, like with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, will challenge Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships in Berlin, Germany. And and when do you think that Natalia could be making a return? Which is likely she's going to be returning at some point. But do you think it's going to be in the next few months, however? Or do you think it could be soon? It could be anytime after Bash in Berlin or even during the Berlin, Germany pay-per-view. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's move on to the next news with a former WWE employee slams Goldberg for recent comments on major wrestling promotion. And it says right here, former WWE head writer Vince Russo recently spoke about Bill Goldberg. The latter recently made some shocking comments on AEW and Tony Khan. During a recent interview with Chris Van Vliet, the veteran the veteran wrestler fired shots at the All Elite president, which is Tony Khan, of course. He made it clear that he was never close to signing a deal with the Jacksonville-based promotion, and calling it too cheesy for his liking. He even went on to say that Tony was a male Dixie Carter, former TNA wrestling president, on a recent episode of The Outlaws. And Vince Russo questioned how Goldberg could even make a comparison. He pointed out that the WCW veteran never worked for either promoter, so he wouldn't know how they functioned. And he and he and he comments, I just find it really odd because the reality of the situation is Bill Goldberg didn't work for neither person. Like, and he added, again, Bill Goldberg hasn't worked for either person, so I just don't know like how he has all this knowledge to make the comparison, and when he didn't work for either of them. And during the same conversation, Russo came out in support of his former boss. He mentioned that she was incredible and was too nice to be in a cutthroat business like wrestling. And he continued, listen, man, like when it comes to Dixie, I'm gonna defend Dixie like to the moon, like and she was in when she was in way over her head, like she had no idea what she was getting herself into. Like she was way too nice to be a in a business like that. And do you agree with the former WWE and WCW and TNA writer? And do you think Goldberg is as speak? Do you think he's making comments that he's unknowledgeable about? Like does like and do you think he should not be making these comparisons genuinely, or is it the fact that he just does not know them and they are nothing alike? Like, but yeah, I totally agree with Vince Russo on to that note. Like, how you can make such a comparison if you haven't even worked for either of these guys. And maybe I can see one thing that Goldberg's talking about, like perhaps they're like similar in a way. They'll immediately sign any wrestler that's from the rival promotion. I mean, why not do that? Because like they're well experienced and you can use them to bring in